So earlier, we already made these buttons, but there was one small problem. The buttons was actually going behind the background. Not cool? Right. So now I'm giving them a Z of 50 so they stay in the front and our hover effect actually shows up. This looks much better. Alright, now let's move on to something exciting. We are going to create our skills component. This one's important because we will learn a lot of cool stuff here. I'm going to add some data, and honestly, if you don't feel like typing all that, you can just ask ChatGPT to generate something similar for you. We will create a section and we'll give this section an ID of skills. And inside it, we will add an H1 heading. We will style it the same way we styled our previous headings. Now I see it's showing, but the color isn't quite right. Oh wait, I see the problem. I accidentally wrote text shadow blue instead of text blue 500, and now our expertise heading is looking perfect. Okay, next up, let's create a use state hook. I will say const set selected category. And the initial state will be all, because by default we want to show everything, all the categories, all the skills. Now let's talk about filtering logic. And don't worry, I will make this so simple that even if you have never written a filter before, you will get it. We will write something like const filtered skills equal to selected category equal to all, and if true, if the selected category is all and it's true, then we will show skills. Else we will say skill dot filter. We will apply our filter logic. We will say skill and the skill will be skill dot category, and it will depend on selected category. Now, what's the idea? If the selected category is all, we will just show every skill. No filtering, nothing fancy. But if it's something else like frontend, backend, or tools, then we only keep the skills that matches that category. Now, to make this interactive, we will add buttons for each category. We will also make the classes dynamic so that if the button is active, it will get special styles. For example, if the selected category is all, it will have active button styles, or else it will have some normal styles. Now let's type all the styling here. The rest of the buttons will be front-end, back-end, and tools, and the idea will remain same, just the conditions gonna be changed. To selected category is front-end for the front-end, selected category is back-end for the back-end, and so on. Cool. Now let's make a grid to display these skills. We will do grid call 1 for small screen. For medium screens, we will say grid calls 2. And for the larger screen, I want to show 3 calls of grid. Now we will keep it within the width of 75 so it looks nice and centered. Inside this grid, we will map our filtered skills and pass 2 things. This div will have skill and key. Each skill will be inside its own div within Tailwind classes. In this div, we will have an h2 for heading of the skill name. Below it, I will show a bar with the skill level as a percentage, and the width will be set to like skill.level percentage. The bar will have a BG Blue 500 background, so it's nice and visible. And underneath it, I'm gonna set a paragraph for the description of the skill. At first, I accidentally added some wrong data. but now here's you can actually write. So I will just quickly write all the data. Now everything looks perfect. Okay, so our skill section is basically completed. But one last thing right now, when you click on nav links, it jumps to the section way too fast. To fix that, open global.css and target the HTML tag. And add scroll behavior, smooth, and boom. Now it scrolls down perfectly smoothly. And without being said, our skill section is completed here, and now we will move to our projects section.